Coming up, eat bread, lose weight. You heard that correctly. Find out how bread might make you healthier than ever. Then we take a tour of a familiar store. Publix is making grab and go easier and healthier than ever. It's a bird. It's definitely not a bird. Frost Science is back and has some new larger than life exhibits we'll explore. Don't think that my mind wasn't on food, because it's always on food. That's true, but what foods are safe to have unrefrigerated in this summer heat? Find out the answer to that and more today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franqui, and it's been such a long time since we've seen you. In fact, the last time you saw us, we were at Murakami Museum and Japanese Gardens, and we gave you a little taste of what it might be like to be in Japan. And although it's felt like millions of years since we've seen you, it's only been 3 weeks, but today we're going to give you an experience that's 220 million years old. We're at the Frost Science Museum. There's a new exhibit that you just gotta see, and we need to find Skip because he can tell us what the heck these things are anyway. Hey there, Skip.
Hey, Hunter.
So tell me, where are we, and tell me about this exhibit.
We are in Pterosaur's Flight in the Age of Dinosaurs. It's our new exhibit here in Frost Science. It's an exhibit about large reptiles that were flighted and along with dinosaurs.
So these are reptiles?
These are reptiles, yeah.
Wow. Tell me, what makes the pterosaur special?
Pterosaurs were the first vertebrate to develop flight, fully powered flight, not soaring, not hopping.
And this is a special exhibit to you. Why?
Pterosaurs are really rare. There's not very many fossils, and everyone loves dinosaurs and pterosaurs. They're not dinosaurs, they're different. They're cousins to dinosaurs.
Wait a second, so pterosaurs are not dinosaurs?
They are not. They're cousins to dinosaurs. They've developed separately on the phylogenetic tree.
Wow. Is a pterodactyl a pterosaur?
Pterodactyl is a pterosaur, yeah.
Okay. Would you say that's the one that people are most familiar with?
That is. That's the one we all learned in school. We all learned that they were dinosaurs in school, but they're actually pterosaurs. So the field of paleontology really is exploding lately with all of the new fossil finds and the science behind it. They ranged in size from the size of a sparrow, very small, to a wingspan over 33 feet, which is the size of a small airplane.
Yeah, and if you want to see what that looks like, then we should probably walk over here.
We should.
Let's go. Okay, Skip, this is what we're talking about, right?
This is the largest pterosaur ever found. They found a bone in Romania in 2002, the humerus bone, which was fairly large. So then they extrapolated based on full fossils that they found that this was the size, and this is the largest flying animal ever found.
Skip, thanks a lot. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I hope everyone comes down and enjoys the exhibit.
Yeah, we do too. In fact, we're going to hang around a little while and show you some of what there is to see. We can't show you everything because you have to see it for yourself. Well, Skip, thank you very much. We'll see you in just a bit. Hi, Maria.
Hey, Hunter. How are you today?
I am great. We're here to talk about convenience today, and that's great for us here on SoFlo Health because we like to save time while being healthy. What do we have with us today?
We are. It's all about convenience. We know life can get so hectic, and we want to make it a little bit easier for our customers to eat well and eat right. So whether you're looking for anything from our meals for one, where you can have stuffed chicken breast,
right,
or whether you do the kebabs for the grill, or anything in between. We have green-wise meat options, so there's something for everyone. Yeah,
and I'm a big fan of meatballs, and I see you have those here. And look at this. It's already seasoned for you, so you don't have to do all the hard work. They've done it for you, and then there's even instructions on how to cook it.
There are. We're all about that convenience and a family favorite as well.
Yes, I mean, who doesn't love some good meatballs, especially from a place you can trust?
Absolutely.
Oh, is there anything else you want to share with us about this? Because I know you have more to show us today.
We do. We definitely have more to show you. So for instance, how about these meal kits? We take all the prep work out of them. It's already pre-measured, and all you have to do is cook the recipe.
Right.
Takes all of the guesswork out, and you're all in less than 20 minutes. In most cases, you're ready to a great meal.
And your ready-to-cook meals aren't the only way you're making life more convenient for us.
No, we want to make it even more easier. So let's take a walk to our deli and see what we have meal options for you there.
Let's take a look. All right, Maria, so what's next?
So whether it's for you or a family of four, we have great meal solutions. So whether it's roasted chicken from our deli,
And it's obviously sealed tight.
It is. It's fresh.
Oh, look at that.
All of that, even leftovers for the next day, but
Right.
you have your protein, you have your sides, so you have rice or carrots, any of the potato wedges. You can choose from any of the great things at the deli. And if you hate waiting in line too, you can do all of this online by visiting us at Publix.com and go to the meals tab and create
Right.
your own meal.
So whether you're in a pinch for lunch or whatever, you can come in, pick it up and go.
We want to be convenient for you.
All right, and there's something else over here you want to show us, right?
We do.
Come on this way.
So our grab and go section. So whether you're out to lunch or on your way home to a kid's game, everything you have is right here, from our world famous chicken tenders, also to our pulled pork, to our pre-made deli sandwiches, to pre-made salads, everything and anything in between on the go.
Here's what I take from all of this. Whether you want to cook it yourself, you can. Whether you want to pick it up in a pinch, you can.
Check.
If you want to mix and match, you can.
Check.
And if you're like, you know what, I just need something right this second because I need to pick up lunch before I go to wherever, my meeting, you got something as well.
Absolutely. So whether you're time-starved or planning ahead, we've got something for everyone.
Yes.
Convenience is at the pit of it, and everything that we do is about our customers and meeting them where they are in convenient options.
And I mean, if people paid attention, they've learned quite a bit, but if they want to learn some more, how can they?
They can visit our website at www.publix.com/everydayeasy.
Well, Maria, thank you so much. I'm
Thank
starting
you,
to get hungry, so I'm gonna pick something out.
Salad?
Yeah, of course. Salad.
Learn about the latest in neurological care and why you can eat bread and lose weight when SoFlo Health returns.
Focusing on you. Innovations in modern medicine from your team of experts at UHealth, the University of Miami Health System.
When David Raska had cramps in his leg that wouldn't go away, his wife Nanette knew there was something wrong.
He came home with a sore on his foot.
David, a diabetic, eventually couldn't feel his foot and wound up in the hospital. Dr. Jorge Rey, a vascular surgeon at UHealth, says PAD affects blood flow to the limbs.
Usually, if somebody has peripheral artery disease, you can start by having some pain when you walk. Unfortunately, he started with an ulcer in his toe. He ended up developing gangrene. It could be a result of smoking. It could be a result of disbalances in a diet. A patient can accumulate plaque in the vessels. We can fix arteries, we can fix veins, we can use minimally invasive techniques.
The blockage in David's leg was so bad, doctors thought they might have to amputate.
We were forced to do a major reconstruction of the entire circulation of his lower extremity. Fortunately, we were able to do that using his own vein. He actually recovered really well.
David and his wife are thankful to Dr. Rey and the team of specialists at UHealth for saving his leg.
They're organized, they follow up.
The fact that they didn't give up, they did not give up.
Wait a second. Hey, Jeff, I'm finally in my element. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franqui. We're inside of Frost Science, experiencing the new exhibit, well, new to us, because the last time we were here at Frost, they were updating this mid-pandemic. Well, now we're back to check it out for ourselves, and it's the power of science. And it's just that, the power of science. We see how it's changed the world as we know it. We're going to take a look around here and show you a little bit more, but first, check this out. Okay, this is the part that I've been looking most forward to, and that's the tasting. So tell me, what should I have first, the tea?
I usually start the day with the tea first.
Okay.
Then I get into the bread. And as you notice, this is cistus tea, which is very, very good for diabetes, thyroid issues. Right. And then the green tea, which is the kicker of it, which is a very strong antioxidant. The two of them together to help in so many different health benefits.
And why do you combine this with the bread?
I had diabetes, I couldn't lift up my arm. I started combining the green tea with the cistus tea and then knocked out all the coffee. And so once that happened, I got rid of the diabetes completely. So all this is inflammation, which always starts in the gut, and this is what's gonna help to repair. The bread, the natural sourdough in the bread, again, eating proper and also what not to eat. That's the name of the game. We have a plain bread and everything sourdough, of course. Okay. Plain bread, kamut, and we have sun-dried tomato kamut. You can dip it with tahini or with pita and za'atar, which is with olive oil and za'atar.
Everyone tells you bread is the root of all evil. People lived off of bread from the beginning of time until now. What happened in the process of bread that it became so unhealthy? And we realized you have to make bread the old way. You have to use the ancient grains. You have to stone grind the way they did in the past, and you have to bake immediately after grinding. This allows you to get all the nutrients from the bread, and instead of the bread being detrimental to your health, it actually benefits you and actually gives you a lot of health benefits. This is the real sourdough. Most of the sourdoughs are using commercial white flour, so even though you're getting the fermentation, the white flour they tend to use tend to be very high in gluten and tend to have bromides and other chemicals. Many of them are flavorings and dough conditioners to give it that nice fluffy feel. This is where you get the real old sourdough.
Our bread is the opposite of processed foods. Processed foods means you eat it and immediately, boom, your sugar goes up. Anytime your sugar goes up, we're gonna gain weight. This is the opposite, unprocessed foods. Your body has to exert a lot of energy and it's slow paced to digest the bread. And then what happens as a result, you don't have those sugar surges, those sugar hits that everyone talks about.
Right. Is there anything else you'd like to share with everybody at home?
Come visit us. We love to see. I'll give you everyone a free, mention this show, they get a free cup of the Miracle Tea.
Cheers. Today, you're in for a treat. You're joined by Dr. Horstmeyer at his home, Dr. Horstmeyer of Brain Center. Doctor, we're nice and socially distant. We're outside in the free-flowing air. Let's go ahead and take these masks off.
It's a good idea.
And start our conversation.
Thank you.
So, first of all, tell us, what is Brain Center?
So the Brain Center is an innovative neurological care center that we've developed sort of in keeping with where medicine is going.
Okay.
We've developed it as a patient-centered approach with emphasis on patient, family, their role in the community. In our view, one of the best measures of quality of care is whether a patient has to go to the emergency room or the hospital. And so that's one of the things we follow very closely and we pay strict attention to and study, in fact, what are ways that we can keep a patient out of the hospital and out of the emergency room.
Right. You're here to make sure that things eventually go right.
Exactly.
Or get better as time goes on. And how do you do that? What are the programs that you have in place?
Number one, it has to do with the relationship with the doctor and the staff. If you don't have a personal, close relationship between the doctor and the staff and the patient,
right,
it really becomes very difficult to impact the patient's life. Number two, we've designed our system to be able to track in great detail all the different aspects of a patient's condition, both medical and also social. Any social determinants that may be threatened that we might intervene to maintain health. Number one, in all cases possible, we want to keep the patient at home with the family if possible. So we want to support them in every way we can with knowledge and information techniques that they can use to accomplish that.
Tell me about the center itself.
So the center itself, we're a clinical neurology center where we have neurologists, we have medical assistants, we have patient coordinators.
Right, so it's certainly a state-of-the-art facility. You have all of the best working with you, but you have that home feeling and that value-based feeling like you mentioned earlier on. I think it's best, though, if we go over there and take a look.
Absolutely.
All right. What is it about Brain Center that, what do you do to set yourselves apart from other facilities?
Sure. So we have developed the Brain Center to revolve around the patient, the quality of life of the patient, also the quality of life of the family and the caregivers, and to maintain their place in their community.
That's great. And that revolves around some programs that you've put in place. Tell us about those.
Yes. So as an example, one of our proprietary programs is a falls program, that is falling down. The patients are actually taught how to fall. And what's been found is if you teach a patient how to fall, it decreases their fear of falling. By teaching the patient how to fall, it decreases the fear. They're more relaxed when they're walking, and it has been well documented that the incidence of falling is decreased.
Doctor, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for inviting us into your home and then into the office here and really educating us on what it is that you do at Brain Center. We appreciate it a lot.
Well, thank you so much for including us in your program.
Of course.
Stay close. Healthy foods that won't go bad in the summer heat, and more Frost Science is after the break.
Turns out that pterosaur bones are hollow. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franqui. We're inside of Frost Science Museum's Pterosaur exhibit. Pterosaurs are those flying reptiles that you probably know as pterodactyls. They are a version of a pterosaur. And they have hollow bones, which helps them fly. They need strong, sturdy bones, but if they were dense, they'd be too heavy for them to fly effectively. Now, as far as we humans go, I don't think that we want hollow bones. So that's why we see to it that you get some good nutrition with some healthy snacks. It's a beautiful day at Hallover Park, and the ocean is to my left, but the shade is right here. And that's important because it's hot outside and it can be like 10, 20 degrees cooler in the shade. We want you to stay safe during summer, both with heat and with the food that you eat. Now, I know I haven't seen you in a while, but don't think that my mind wasn't on food, because it's always on food. That's why we're bringing you shelf-stable snacks for the summertime. Whether you're out here at a park like this one, having a picnic, going for a walk, a nature hike, you're working in your backyard, or you're just on the go and you want to keep some snacks in the car that you don't have to worry about going bad because you don't have a refrigerator or ice nearby to keep it cool, that's what these snacks are for. With that being said, let's get started. We've got some popcorn, which is a great thing to keep on standby, but the key here is to get some popcorn that has low salt and a very small amount of oil, and you can tell if it has a lower amount of oil because the fat content won't be as high. Down the middle here are some foods that you can even leave in your car. They are very shelf stable. The only thing you might have to worry about a little bit is nuts. Nuts have fat content in them, and that makes them more susceptible to going rancid. And you'll know because they'll smell or taste horrible. And by the way, if you go to eat something and it smells or tastes horrible, just don't eat it. Jerky, which in this case we chose natural turkey jerky. The idea to look out for here is no preservatives or added sugars and salts, as we mentioned before. Kind of a hybrid between the snacks that we just mentioned and the nuts. Could be crackers that are seed-based. They're high in fiber, therefore the glycemic load on your body is a lot less. And then, of course, probably some of our favorites are the whole foods that we have along with us today. They're very shelf-stable. You can keep them outside in a picnic, and you don't have to have them chilled. We want to make sure that you're able to make healthy decisions, whether you're just popping into Publix real quick to get some snacks on your way to the picnic, or you have time to think about the whole foods that you want to prepare at home or for your picnic and keep them chilled. Now that you have all the info, it's just time to go grab a snack and enjoy it. What should I have? And this newer aquarium is pretty nice, isn't it? Well, if you're familiar with Frost Science or you've watched a previous episode of SoFlo Health, which you can find on SoFloHealth.com, of course, and we took a larger tour throughout Frost Science, then you know what's ahead. A much larger, more impressive aquarium, but if you want to see it today, well, you're just going to have to keep watching some more SoFlo Health. I'm going to head over to the Oculus. We're back with our good friends at DMR. This is Angel. We're nice and socially distant. We're going to take our masks off for this interview. So Angel, tell us about DMR for those that are new.
DMR is a family-owned and operated business that specializes in providing custom wheelchairs for severely disabled individuals with neurological diagnoses.
So what does that include?
Spinal cord injury, CP, Parkinson's, stroke, things of that nature.
And how are these chairs helping those people?
These are what they call Group 3 custom wheelchairs. They have seat functions that a normal consumer power chair would not have, such as tilt, recline, and power legs.
And what is the benefit to coming to DMR?
Because we're family owned, it's a smaller company, you're going to get much more personalized service. I'm the owner and the assistive technology professional, which is a requirement by Medicare, so you're going to be dealing directly with me. I'll be the one that's going to evaluate you, come out to your home, or meet you at the doctor's office and do the full evaluation with your clinical team.
Right. And then you have chosen this chair to kind of show us today. What is special about this?
Well, this is a Group 3 custom power wheelchair. It has the most basic and most necessary feature, which is what we call tilt, which is when the seat to back angles stay the same, but the entire seating system tilts back. And that's designed to take pressure off your bottom, the ischial tuberosities, and reduce the likelihood of pressure sores or ulcers, which is leading cause of death among people with spinal cord injury. So this has tilt, and then it also has recline. So that's very useful and necessary if an attendant, a nurse, a relative was changing the diaper on a patient, cathing a patient, or accessing a G-tube, or suctioning a trach, anything like that, this would be the ideal position for a patient to be in. This is the kind of chair that somebody needs and would benefit from if they're full-time in a chair. This is not for somebody in a broken leg. This is for somebody with a progressive neurological disorder.
Right, and that's where you come in, is that you're here not just to supply the patient with the chair that they need, but to educate them in the process and like, hey, this is what makes us different. This is why you need this particular feature. And that's a huge thing that a lot of people, they're caught up in their lives and they don't think of everything.
Correct. It begins with the intake process. When you call our office, one of the young ladies answers the phone. We'll get all that information from you. We will contact your doctor, access more medical records. I'll review them. And then when I meet with the patient, I'll have a bunch of questions and things we'll go over so that we can make sure that we're on the same page. We understand what their needs are, what their desires are, and then we conceptualize a custom wheelchair that will best meet their needs.
Well, thank you for what you do in supplying such a great product and different products and making sure that people are getting exactly what they need. If people want to learn more about you, how can they?
They can contact our office directly at 305-666-9911 or go on our website, dmrcorp.com.
Well, Angel, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franqui, and we are here at one of the most Instagrammable spots in South Florida, beneath the Oculus at Frost Science, to wrap up our show here today. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you learned something, whether it be about pterosaurs, about science in general, or just something in health, as we usually talk about here on the show. We're happy to be back, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And as always, you can catch up on previous episodes on SoFloHealth.com, or you can follow us using @SoFloHealth to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. And until next week, goodbye and good health. Next week on SoFlo Health, I'm frozen, shocked, and pushed to the limit at a special health and fitness center. Plus, dental care for your dog, a tour of a famous South Florida resort, and more. We'll see you then.